Okay, welcome back to another episode of the Day After Podcast.
Wait, that's just
What is up,
oh,
everyone?
wait a minute.
Today,
Wait a minute, we're
Joe
starting?
has outdid himself by getting his winner pick eliminated in the very first episode.
Yeah, that's why this is the worst episode of all time.
Whoa. Is that
Terrible.
the same shit? You wanted her to win?
Preseason.
Before we
To,
saw the
to be
footage and
fair,
stuff like
yeah, this was like 2 to 3 weeks ago. And a lot of things changed. I did not feel comfortable with her about 3 days before the episode came out. I was already like, okay, now I'm seeing bad things that I wish I could retake it back. But we did the draft so long ago that it was like, oh great, I'm just kind of
Hey, no,
fucked.
never gamble. You're the worst guesser in the world.
What's so
He's
funny,
been good before. He's been good before.
yeah,
Oh, by the way, everyone, this is Domenic
Oh,
DeSantis. You
hi.
may
Yeah.
recognize him from one of our games that we held, Cursed Island. Say hi to everyone, Dominic. Introduce yourself.
You already said my name and what they know me from.
Potentially know you from you are more than just a contestant on one of our things.
Where did you get this guy, Joe?
from AMDA, the same place I got you.
My name's
And
Dominic.
before that I was from Florida, so that might explain a few things.
My name's Dominic. I'm a known Survivor hater. And here I am, Joe, once again, convincing me to do something Survivor related. And I grit my teeth through 1.5 hours of that bullshit show. So here we go. We're ready to review.
Yeah, hey, that was the energy that got you fifth place on Curse Island. So good job.
How did I get fifth? That was crazy. That
uh,
was
There were crazier people than you. That's
on that season.
on that season.
yeah.
What do you?
But no, this season, we've only had one episode, and despite what the Survivor hater says, I thought it was a really good episode. And that's not just because Joe lost his winner pick, but I was like, there was all right. So I'm a very sentimental person. If the audience is, if you're watching this for the first time, and Dominic, if you didn't know that about me, like I'm emotional, and this one hit a lot of great emotional beats for me. It gave me a lot of people to root for. There were some fun moments, some cool new twists, like the Beware advantage. I liked how it was like a little like box that you could solve. I thought that was
Mhm.
cool. So yeah.
Yeah, this season sucks. I think the wrong person went home. I think they need to restart the season. No, okay. If you take out all of my personal things, I mean, I think it was a decent episode, like an 8 out of 10 kind of episode. Like I think it was pretty
Yeah.
good. I do think that it set up a lot of people for me to root for and enjoy, and I'm curious to see where it goes from for here. But yeah, wrong person went home, and that's what we should all take away from this episode.
It was very much the right person. I mean, I
I agree
I
too.
don't even watch the shit, and I could tell you that was the right person.
They should have taken out Say with an idol in her pocket. That would have been better
It
for
would have definitely been more dramatic. I think it would
it.
have been more
It would have
dramatic.
been better for Kevin and Justin, in my opinion, because then they could have gone off and got the idol. So probably would have been better. But the thing is with Stephanie and Mary, they just waited too long. You should never wait till after or after you lose immunity to then say, let's get our group together, because
Yeah.
that's what Say did. Say managed to get the group before they lost, so there's that core four, and so there was like an immediate like, oh, she actually wants to work with us, whereas Stephanie and Mary were just like, let's just get you in. There wasn't enough safety, I think, for Kevin and Justin to properly want to work with them moving forward.
Yeah. I think the two of them just, or like between Say and the contrast between Say and Stephanie, I feel like like they're just starting out, and maybe you don't want to play too hard too early, which
Mhm.
Say, even though she was ended up being right, definitely
Yeah,
was playing too hard too early. And
yeah,
even though she survived the round and has an idol in her pocket, it has definitely put a huge target on her back.
yeah.
I feel like it is a healthy balance, and I feel like if you want to look for that healthy balance, look to the other tribes.
Yeah. I do think Say is going to be potentially somewhat early of a boot still, even though she still got this idol. I just feel like she's going to have heat on her if she comes into the merge. I think she's going to have this heat.
Yeah.
She's said that she gets in trouble with how she like talks and stuff. Like that's going to, and we saw that in this episode, like at tribal council. Like
She was
she kept saying things that were definitely not good for Stephanie. If Stephanie had anything, like she would have been completely screwed.
yeah.
So
If the shot in the dark got played, well,
yeah,
if that happened, then obviously Say would play her idol
she would
there.
have
It's like,
played.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been weird. And
Yeah,
then neither of them would have gone out. But it didn't happen. It was really funny when she walked. What was her name? Stephanie. And she like
Yeah.
walked
Yeah.
up. She was all proud. She's like, "I'm gonna play this, Jeff." And then he goes, "No, it's bullshit. We gave you a piece of paper. It means nothing." That was hilarious.
yeah. That's the shot in the dark mechanic. It has only worked once now out of we're on 8 seasons, so typically it's just nothing. But if it hits though, if it hits, it's great.
Well, yeah, I could have changed the course of
It
the
is.
thing.
Yeah.
It is. My winner pick went home because someone played a shot in the dark, and I was like kind of upset about that for a few reasons.
Yeah.
And
It was his
when it
Survivor
did,
crush that went out.
yes.
Really?
Anyway,
Steph?
No, no,
no,
no.
no, 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 no. This was a couple seasons ago. But
Yeah.
anyway, uh, so yeah, that happened, and
Oh.
like even though I had, obviously biased and it sucked that she went out that way, I was like, that was epic to watch though. It hurt to watch, but it was epic. Yeah, but the thing is, it's like it's a 1 in 6 chance that you get safety. Basically, you sacrifice your vote for safety. It's not guaranteed. It's literally a dice roll.
Yeah. Yeah, no. No, wait, what are you talking about? It was not epic at all.
It,
Not
it, it,
this.
it could be if it worked.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
playing
No, I'm talking about the other
Yeah.
season where it had a
Yeah.
successful one.
You
Yeah.
can't bring me on, say watch this season, and then talk about another season.
We're going to
We
be
were
talking
explaining the mechanic to you.
the whole we will 100% be bringing up other seasons. And Dominic, from you, I just want to hear just like, oh yeah, that's
all
right.
you're gonna get too. That's right. Oh wow. Wow.
You throw in a couple insults towards Joe along the way.
Why do
Oh,
I
my
have to get insulted?
My bad. You're right. You're right. Joe, you piece of shit. How's that?
Perfect.
I regret bringing you on. I regret this already.
I regretted it the moment I had to turn on Survivor and it said hour and a half.
Yeah, you texted me oof when I told you the runtime.
And then I'm getting on, and they're all like they're like showing all the people getting selected for the season, and they're all getting like super excited, like they're like crying, jumping out of their seats. I mean, they were more excited than Diddy showing up to an all boys high school. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. It's a TV. It's a game.
That's like people's dreams,
They were
Dominic.
crying. They
Yeah.
were crying.
Okay. So
That's called emotion.
So first off, the last guy we saw,
I don't know what that is.
The last guy that we saw there, Joe, the fire captain. He the reason he was crying was that he got selected because he's playing for his sister who recently died from domestic abuse.
Is that what was happening when he was getting all emotional?
Yeah. So he's playing for her,
confused.
and her dream was always to play Survivor. So he's doing it to fulfill her dream.
In her honor.
Yeah.
Place.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure because of how they started this, he is 100%, in my opinion, winning this season. They gave Joe just the greatest fucking starts to the season. Everyone talks about how great he is. I know that production and Jeff Probst love the season, and they have typically always said that when a likable alpha male wins the season. They've said that every time. And I just feel like Joe is going to be that alpha male who's super likable, who production can just be like, the fans are going to love this guy. I'm so happy that he won. Let's like really like make him feel like the star.
Sexist.
That's just how it is. That's just how
Yeah.
that's how
That's just
Survivor
how
is.
they are on
Yeah,
Survivor.
it just is.
They
um
got the most diverse cast in the world just to root for the strong male alpha figure.
yep, that's how it goes.
No, but I think speaking of the cast, I think we got a really good mix here. I know Joe had his reservations prior to it of like maybe this cast isn't going to be that good and stuff like that, but I was like I feel like we got enough entertaining people here. I feel like we have some cool stories that you can get behind, some cool dynamics. I think people that really stuck out to me Camilla was definitely one. I think she's kind of like if each tribe had a main character, I feel like she might be the main character of her
Oh,
respective tribe.
really? I don't
Her
know.
and like David.
For some reason, like I was actually I was surprised by her confessions that she got sick. I thought she was way less in the show. I felt like Kyle was closer to the main character of the Orange Tribe.
Kyle got a lot of screen time. He did.
Yeah,
But
but
part of it is like sometimes when you're getting more confessionals than someone else, it's also because you did something, or
yeah,
like either you're going to tribal council, or like what they did was they sent someone from each losing team to earn their supplies, and Kyle stepped up for that, and so obviously he was going to get more screen time because they showed more confessionals for that, which led to one of my, a moment I really appreciate, but it's due to lack of bad production design for it. It's like, why are we going to, you know, why would we have a glass jar when it can easily break by metal? But
yeah.
no, but it led to a good moment where he was like, you know what? I'm not going to win. Might as well help the other person.
Yeah, he used it right in social, but yeah, just a complete. He was just turning his brain off and just being like, "I just got to bring water, so I'm not going to think about it." And then, um, yeah. So, I mean, he made the most out of it. Like some people
He
would
did.
have just, been upset and just like stormed off, but at least he like tried to, make some kind of connection with Kevin. I could see
Yeah.
those two connecting come the merge. Um, so I mean, yeah, props to him on that.
What do you think, Dominic?
I'm trying to remember all the names of the people and their faces.
They were the two guys that were doing that one competition where it was just those two, and his like
Yeah,
jar broke.
yeah, yeah. Wait, you mean when like right after that first challenge and they got sent
Yeah.
off?
Yes.
Yeah, and that guy was like, like, you guys want to pick me? What if I mess up again?
Yeah, so that guy, they didn't put in the show, they cut it for time, which real quick means that he's probably not winning the season in my opinion, because they would have put it in. He dislocated his shoulder,
Yeah.
Kevin, and so he had to like pop it back in during it to like get it back in, and medical came in and they stopped the challenge.
Well, maybe they didn't show it because of all that. That would take too long.
Yeah, but they usually like to show that stuff with like people that especially if you're gonna win the season, like they want to show the
Yeah.
struggle of someone, and like medical coming in would have been showing the struggle of a player early on.
That's
Um,
good because I wanted to see that. I like to watch them struggle and suffer and
yeah, yeah.
cry
I
and
think we found someone more chaotic and sadistic than you, Joe.
drown, scream for help, and nobody comes.
Yeah, not on this season.
Oh,
New Era Survivor is all about joy and having a good time.
fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Whole thing.
the
But no,
the season 50 is like an all returning player cast that they've said that, and they're like, we want joyful players, we want no one who's going to be bitter, we want only people who are here for a good time.
I don't believe that for a second.
And a reality show is.
Yeah,
No, they're gonna
yeah.
bring back some villains. But no, and it's interesting you bring up that injury thing as well because you said because like Kevin seems really on the Green Tribe one of the most well positioned people there too. Like
Mhm.
he and Justin were like kind of in the middle of everything. And also I feel like because he does have that Kyle connection on the other side, uh I don't see like I know we kind or Joe kind of pointed out that this tribe might be the disaster tribe. And what that is, basically the tribe that keeps losing.
Which one? The
And
green
like
one?
The green one.
the green one, the one that lost this
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
The thing is, if just based on everything I've seen so far, I feel like he's one of the people that would survive all the craziness.
Yeah, it's very possible. He also, the Purple Tribe has Joe as this really big, strong guy who's going to carry a lot of challenges. The Orange Tribe has David, who's the stunt performer, who's also really big. And then, like, the Green Tribe doesn't really have that. They have Kevin, who I think is like he's decent, like he's good, but
He's
like
fit.
he's not Joe or David in terms of muscles, like
He's not
pure
a Giga
strength.
Chad, no.
Yeah, so they definitely have a disadvantage there. Cedric 100% needs to be stepping up to do the puzzles. I don't know why he was not on the puzzle for this first challenge. We saw him literally instantly know what the puzzle or the code was for the idol that Say had. He literally just got the words and was like, oh, it's listen. It's like
Yeah.
if you can do that, like you should like always be stepping up to do the puzzles.
I agree. Maybe they know for next time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things. If he just did it this time, Stephanie would still be in the game. Rough.
Not rough.
No, Joe, you need to be
Rough.
humbled.
She did jack shit. She was barely even in it. They just kept showing her every once in a while, like being quiet.
Yeah, well, so I texted Ryan. We're a little delayed, so he didn't see it yet, or he wasn't watching the episode yet. But her first confessional, when she said, "I want to sit on my hands," I texted him and was like,
Yeah.
"I want a refund on my winner pick."
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I don't,
How was her, huh?
I don't consider her my winner pick anymore because of how bad her
Yeah, you
first
fucked up big
confessional
time,
was.
buddy.
Yes.
Bad choice. Who did you pick, Ryan?
I chose Kyle. He was the one who broke his jug. He was the other guy, not on the green tribe. He was on the orange tribe. He
Yeah.
was one of the two guys.
Kyle, yeah.
Yeah.
I see. Both men once again, huh? Well,
I usually choose
both
women.
men. I chose a woman. What do you mean? You think Stephanie?
Oh, yeah.
I usually choose women. But there was something about Kyle where I'm like, he seems like a very he doesn't seem like a huge threat. He's a lawyer, so I think he's going to do well because of that. And I feel like after this episode, he might have win equity. It's buried, but it's like there. It's like just enough where it's like, okay, I could see him win. Where not bad as like previous season where Andy just like completely screwed the pooch the first time and like totally messed everything up for himself. But like I'd say, like a more watered down version of that where I'm like, all right, this is realistic and he's not like a hot mess express.
I don't know. I feel like Kyle's gonna go around where Gabe went last season, around 9th or so. I feel like he's going to make jury, but I don't see him making endgame.
I'd say it's fair, but you never know.
This cast doesn't have any glaring stars. They're all just regular folk.
Well,
except for that one big buff guy. What's his name?
Yeah, David.
David. He's a stuntman out here.
I keep imagining him being like that guy in Rex who just gets crushed by the fucking plane at the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for a tree to fall on him so I can.
Yeah, if he's the guy, if he gets medevac this season as the biggest, strongest guy.
Yeah, that's good TV. You know who I'm rooting for?
Who?
And I only found this out while watching the show. I don't know how to say his name. Davari, I think.
Are you talking about Shaheen?
Shaheen.
Yeah.
Shaheen.
No, I think that's a good.
No, I don't know him at all. Don't care for him. Don't know. I have no reason to pick him other than my little brother said that he's the teacher at his college, dude. He was one of
Oh, that's cool.
professors.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I've got investment now, and we got to see if this guy's gonna win. So we're all rooting for him hard in my family home.
Oh,
So
nice,
you're gonna
nice.
watch the next episode, right?
Not at all. Joe will tell me everything.
What if I don't? What if
Every
I?
time Joe and I meet for anything at all, first 15 minutes is just Joe ranting about Survivor. And he goes, so
That's
guess
not
what?
true.
I
That's
watched
not
Survivor
true.
last night. And I go, I don't give a fuck, Joe. I don't care. And he goes, no, well, okay, I know you said that, but let me tell you about all this. And then he just tells me everything that happened. And I'm way over here. I'm not even listening. But then 15 minutes later, we got to start our meeting.
Definitely over exaggerating everything
Not even a
there.
little bit.
Definitely over exaggerating time wise, but and it's not every time. It's just when the show is happening.
You have to say it's not every time, then it is every time. Guaranteed.
Well, I do think Shaheen is going to be in the game decently well, so that's good for your family and your household. I think he's going to be like top six at least, but I see him probably going out at like six, if I'm
Yeah,
going to
he
be
doesn't really
honest.
have. At least they haven't shown off too many great things about him yet. He kind of just felt like he
Yeah.
was there.
He is going to be a part of that the California Girls Alliance with him, Joe, and Thomas, the three guys who are the California Girls.
Poor
Um,
Thomas.
yeah.
Thomas was the one that was off talking to that girl who kept talking about her autism, right?
No, you're talking about
No, that
Joe.
was Joe.
Joe.
That was Joe. Poor
Yeah.
Joe. That was a
What?
rough. That whole scene was rough to watch, dude. I don't think Joe was actually listening to her for half of it.
He had a
No.
confessional about how much it meant to him.
Yeah, I know he did, but did you look at his eyes during it? He's just like this. It was like he was trying to go, I'm paying attention. Don't look away. Don't look away. There's a bee on me, but I'm not going to look.
No. It was a good moment because I know Eva is someone that I'm rooting for as well.
Is
I think
Joe?
she's someone that's very what?
Oh, the girl?
Mhm.
Yeah.
What's
I
her
think
name?
she's very well rounded. Eva.
Eva.
I actually liked Eva a lot. I thought she was cool.
I think she's
Yeah.
making a deep run. I see her also being like a top five finisher as
I
well.
could
Like,
see her being in the Survivor fandom. It's called the Fallen Angel. It's the person that just misses out on the finale where one of those three can be voted to win. I can see
Yeah.
her go there, but I think she has a really great story if she makes it to the end. So I think
yeah.
they're going to be keep trying to get her out.
Yeah, I just have I'm pretty sure that we've gotten so much like Joe wanting to like keep his group together and like really be like tribe strong. And I think they're going to be pretty tribe strong come the merge. I feel like this tribe's not going to lose a lot. I feel like they're going to kind of run the first like half of the game, come the merge. And then like, I think Joe's going to cut like one or two people on his Lions in the end game that probably will get him to the end. And I think Eva's going to be like the tough one, the tough decision that like gives him the win.
Wow.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
To kind of expand on that, with the California girls, they do want to bring in Eva, but then Thomas is like, "But I really want Bianca," and they're like, "Yeah, Bianca's cool, but Eva." Which I'm curious to see how that all pans out.
Yeah. I mean, they set up Star as the easy boot, so it's not going to be Bianca next, most likely.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bummer. I liked Star.
Yeah, Star also she said that if she was the first boot, she was going to stop smoking weed for 2 weeks or for 2 years. So she can now say that she's not going to have to stop smoking weed for 2 years. So good for her.
Yeah.
Oh. Good for her, or is that just feeding into her addiction?
It means that yeah, if she wants to go home and blaze it up now, she can.
I mean,
I don't
that's
know.
one way to
I don't
go
know how
out.
to feel about this. Hold on.
I don't know.
That was her incentive to make sure not to be the first boots. But I don't
Yeah.
see this tribe going like often. Maybe one time pre-merge. Like
Yeah.
that's the most. And so then she'll be in danger. Um, but yeah, it's looking like that. But I think it was also not set up very well. It felt like they need to have someone on this tribe as the bottom person. So Star's looking for an idol. That's dangerous, and then that's all we got. So
Yeah.
Yeah. That is the only tribe that didn't really get anywhere when it came to finding the clues because right over on the Orange Tribe, there was a whole like group like scavenger hunt for everything. Because this time they did a little different with the letters and like the symbols and everything,
Mm-hmm.
which I thought was pretty cool. It is a little different than what they did on the that was the Green Tribe. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because they found the letter on the like you just remove the little twine and then it showed that the letter that it was, which is interesting because it had like the
Yeah.
code and everything on the other one.
Yeah, the Orange Tribe, everything was like there at camp, whereas the Green Tribe, you actually had to kind of like go around and like find them a little more hidden than the Orange Tribe. So it's interesting that at least it's different. I do like it when each tribe has their own unique like way to like get the idol. Because sometimes they can just be really boring, just simple, like go do the exact same thing, and then you see the exact same thing happen 3 times, can be kind of boring.
Yeah, I felt like an escape room puzzle, having to go
Mhm.
around trying to find all the
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. To be fair, that would actually be pretty difficult because you have to like keep everything in your head also. Like when you're getting like each
Yeah,
animal with the colors and then getting the right letter to it and then matching like a lot of that's like in your head. You're having to like walk around your entire beach to like
yeah.
and remember it all.
I was wondering how
To
she
be
was
fair, you
remembering
can
it
just
all.
move the little dial as you go. You already have the
She
like
wasn't carrying it, or it
sheet
didn't
of
look
paper.
like she
Yeah.
was. She had hidden it somewhere, I thought, right?
Yeah, she could.
Yeah.
I mean, typically people rehide it once they get it because essentially when you find it and you rehide it, no one else can claim it, even if someone else stumbles upon it. So, like,
Mhm.
if she had the idol and decided, oh, I'm not going to keep it on my person, and let's say it was, it was Mary found the idol. She's like, yeah, I found an idol. Production would be like, yo, so it's actually someone else's. You have to put it back.
All right, so long term, mistake or not mistake? Side telling
Mistake.
everybody. Right? Why would she
Yeah.
do that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Like you can let your number one, if you're like, I know for a fact I'm going to the end with this person, let that person know. But like she let so many people know that there's
Everybody.
there's no way that all of them, if they merged, like it, that's a public idol. That will become a public idol.
I thought it was dumb
Oh,
in
they,
general that she was looking for the idol with somebody else with her. Like,
Yeah.
Stephanie was walking with her to find it. And then she
Yeah.
yeah,
claimed
and
it
this was
herself.
all
If I
like
was
day
that guy,
one too.
I'd be pissed if I was that guy because we
Yeah.
found this together and now you're saying it's yours?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do like the idea though of like because you get in trouble if you go off looking for an idol by yourself. That's what happened to Star. So I do like the idea of like if you have someone you trust to look with that person, because then there can be some like, oh, we were going to get firewood. That person can back you up in the conversation for it. But yeah, the fact that it also involves Cedric and Kevin as well, that like you do not want now there's only one person on the tribe that doesn't know about the idol. Like
yeah,
the power of it is not good. It is now really dumb, in my opinion, for Kevin and Justin to not now team up with Mary and vote out Say. Like they have to do that. Because if you let Say go any further, Say and Cedric are gonna have to control with an idol, and it's Justin or Kevin going home if they go a third time.
100%.
yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, she screwed herself. What did you say, Ryan? Screwed the pooch?
Screw the pooch. Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah. But
But I mean, it's not supposed to be something that is celebrated. No, it's like, oh, you messed up badly, and
Yeah,
so
but
like,
he messed up so badly that screwed the pooch became a regular saying. Like, who's out there banging dogs?
we don't know. It's
And
just
somebody was
part
like,
of.
oh, you don't want to be like Jeff. He's always screwing that pooch.
what?
Listen, to quote Jeff
uh
Probst, "Are you loaded?"
What? Oh, I can't. I realize right now, too, I just said Jeff, and Jeff Probst is the guy. So now I'm imagining Jeff Probst banging an animal.
yeah.
I feel so bad for our
Ruin that
first
pooch.
time viewers of this. Dominic's not always here. He's funny.
he can be a little hit or miss or something. So
So rude.
yeah, this is how we treat our
We're talking
guests on the
about
day.
bestiality, my dude.
Listen, you brought it up. Don't blame
It
me.
is a figure of speech.
You can call it what you want. All I know is you said on the air, banging a pooch or whatever you said.
Okay, well, let's get to banging something else. Let's start with the immunity challenge. So they had to do the fire axe thing, which I was pretty excited for to see Joe do it because he's a fire captain. But it ended up like everyone did it in 2 blows. So I was kind of like, oh,
Did he do it first? Was he the first one?
he was the first one.
Yeah, he destroyed that shit.
I did rewatch it, and he did do it in 1 blow, but did a second blow as like a extra one. But
yeah, he like destroyed it like immediately.
Where the other 2 did take a full solid 2 to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's strong.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's going to be strong, and he's super likable, and people are going to love his family, so they're not going to want to vote him out very early on, and he's going to get to like final 6 and then just immunity his way to the end.
Why are we trusting you on your opinion? You thought Steph was going to win.
Yeah, but now it's so clear. It's so clear in my mind that this is Joe's season. This is my season still.
Yeah.
Dominic, in Joe's defense,
narcissist. What?
In Joe's defense, it's always tough before you watch the season because you don't know when it comes to these games, so much of it has to do with what's known as tribe chemistry. And it's just like who is on what team and if or not you get along. You can be a great player, you just don't have good tribe chemistry with everyone else. It's not even like something that is 100% your fault even. It's like some people may vibe better than others. But I feel like when we were looking at Joe preseason, he seems someone where he's going to be a huge threat because he is such a likable dude and stuff like that. But sometimes when you see the edits, and especially if you're like Joe and I and you've watched the show for quite some time, you kind of pick up on things. I'm like, this person is probably going to win, or they're going to make a deep run because they're getting a lot of screen time and they're getting the right like notes because at the end of the day, it's a story, and they want to tell the best story possible for their winner.
Yeah, and the premiere episode is usually the most important episode because that's what the episode that most people are going to watch because it's the first one. Everyone wants to see what's happening. So if you have like a really good start to the season, like then typically that means good things for you, like in terms of winning.
So you're saying most people stop watching after the first episode every season?
There's a drop off because of people like you, yeah.
That's all.
People like you, Dominic.
Yeah, you're kind that just keeps who watch one episode and then stop.
Yeah, didn't catch me. Didn't catch me.
I think you enjoyed it. You just don't want to admit it.
You think?
Yeah.
I think so too.
Season of Survivor so far.
This could be the one.
This could be the one?
Yeah.
This could be the one.
Do you think this is the one?
Season 48, yeah. Yeah. And you're going to get so invested that you need to go and do the fan vote for season 50 so you can impact what the game is in season 50, Dominic.
Why?
Yes.
Why am I here right now? Why am I doing this?
Because you're addicted to screen time. It's totally fine.
Yeah. It's the entertainment attention whore kind of aspect. You want to be a part of every little thing that you can.
Yeah, I'm having fun. Okay,
yeah.
So far we've talked about I don't know, we've just been rambling about all the different people.
Yeah, that's welcome to podcasting, my friends.
Yeah. Especially in episode 1, we're getting to know the people for the first time too. So obvious. So like episode 1, you get to know everyone. There's not maybe as much strategy, but it's like, it's the first act, like, or it's not even first act, it's first 17 pages. We're learning, the world, the people, all that jazz.
So who do you hate the most?
Who do I hate the most? Myself.
No, of the cast.
Out of the cast.
Jesus.
Ryan is a positive person and probably won't answer this question.
Ryan, I'm looking at you, buddy.
They may watch this, Dominic. I will have you know.
That's okay.
Um, I don't hate really anyone on here.
God damn it.
I would say that the person that I think is in big trouble is probably the flight attendant. I'm blanking on her name.
Charity.
Charity, yes, because she's already like, oh, I don't trust Kyle right from the get go, and like, it's one thing to be like,
Yeah.
like one thing I've kind of noticed with these games, it's always better to build allies, not necessarily. It's better to build an out, build allies and build friendships as opposed to be like, oh, let's target this person, because building allies is like more of a positive thing. Whereas if you're already like, oh, I'm targeting this person, then everyone's like, oh, they're already thinking game mode. They're not even thinking about, being cool and kumbaya. Because like even if you are trying to find that four, that solid four in the beginning, you still need that kumbaya in order to find the right four.
You're really good at these phrases. Kumbaya, screwing animals. Okay, so Joe, what about you? Who do you hate the most? Ryan
uh,
hates Charity, clearly.
yeah.
I don't hate Charity.
This
She just
girl
did
hates
not
it
give
really against her.
the vibes were not giving.
Yeah. Well, I'll say I hated preseason a certain person really badly. Like their voice annoyed me really, and I just couldn't stand them. I didn't really hate them this episode, but it was Camilla. Her whole thing was like, I'm so annoying. My family thinks I'm going to be the first boot because I'm so annoying, and I shouldn't be playing because everyone's going to hate me. Like that was like her whole like spiel basically. And I don't know, her voice like grained my ears in a way that just annoyed me really bad. But I didn't notice it that bad, so they at least chose better confessionals for her in this opening than what they showed us in the preseason.
I see. I see. Yeah, she didn't get a lot of screen time too, I felt.
No, I felt she got a decent amount,
Think?
TBH.
Yeah,
I
yeah. So
feel like,
I'm in the same boat. I thought she didn't get a lot, but she actually got 6 confessionals, which is one of the higher confessional.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
she didn't say much.
yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't much of substance, but she had like one or two things that I think were like important to the story, and then she had like a bunch of filler ones.
Fascinating.
Yeah, like I feel like she is pretty solid on her team. Unless she royally messes up, I think she's gonna be good. Like she's safe.
Yeah, yeah. She was the one that basically threw Charity under the bus, and is making her be the target. Um, so there's good stuff there. I'm actually surprised that she's getting along with David. That David's in like her four alliance. I just felt like that the biggest guy is going to want to go after the weakest player, like physically. But maybe that's not going to be the case. Maybe we get like a fun little kind of different styles of gameplay with them being in the same alliance. So could be fun.
Yeah,
Could be fun doing that.
Okay, interesting. Ryan hates Charity, and Joe hates Camilla.
hate is
Once
a strong
again,
word.
they both
Yeah,
hate
yeah.
women on the group. Picking the men.
Oh my god.
This
All right,
is
well, who do you hate?
yeah,
Oh well, Ryan,
and
strong word.
and it better be a woman.
Ryan, I don't hate anybody, Ryan. I don't know why you guys are assholes, first of all, for picking people. Second of all,
I didn't even say that I hated her. I was like, she was just doing bad on the try.
we could see it in your eyes. All right. Who do I hate?
Yeah,
Yes.
there is right answers and wrong answers. So answer this very carefully.
Also, I don't think he's going to give us a truthful answer because he wants to be
Yeah.
like, he wants to make sure it's not, a woman, so that way he can seem better than us.
No, honestly, I feel like I can't pick her because she's already gone. But Steph was the one I disliked the most through this
That's
entire.
fair.
I really did. But second to that, since she's gone, is Big Muscly Man. What was his name?
David.
David, you didn't like
Dave.
Big Muscly Man?
He was great. He's beautiful looking. He was so nice. Did you see him pull that shit up during the thing? He pulled that up by himself. Like they were first. It
Yeah.
was all him. He's amazing, and I hate his fucking guts for it. Well, It's called jealousy, Ryan.
Well,
I wish
apparently,
I could be like that.
the next time on Survivor, we find out that he has 4 nipples. So
What are you talking about?
apparently, that was what the preview of the next time on Survivor said.
Was that his
He
big
has
flaw?
4 nipples.
Yeah, and Charity was like, "God is fair."
Oh, that's wild. Yeah,
Does
no.
that mean
There's
that he has?
nothing wrong with him at all, Ryan, and that's why I pick him.
Gotcha.
I like him. He's my second pick in the draft. Was
You think?
David? Yeah, he was.
I,
But I mostly
yeah,
picked him because I think he's going to make it to the merge at least, and then probably win a couple challenges and then go out. But
I like him.
yeah, probably not winning the game. I also know that he's not a huge fan of Survivor, so good.
Oh yeah, I'm reading that
You,
right now.
you might connect.
39-year-old admits admired in decades before applying, wanting to
Yeah,
play not out of any sense of fandom. Oh, he's winning me over.
yeah. So
Oh no.
yeah,
Oh no.
so when he got on the island, he didn't know what the host's last name was. He just knew it was Jeff, but he didn't know the last. Like that's how little of a fan he is.
I'm falling in love with him. He's the perfect man. He's a gorgeous, perfect human being, and I want him to win.
And he's a fan of rom-coms, you
Oh,
know.
He's a stuntman too.
God, he's
He
amazing.
drinks chocolate milk.
Yeah, that's how he got his muscles.
Oh my God. I could I could do what Ryan does to peaches with him.
Jesus Christ.
I love how now it's that Ryan's the one doing this.
Listen, Dominic, we're supposed to make fun of Joe.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. Joe,
Everyone in the York community makes fun of me. That's old news.
Joe, you son of a bitch. How is that? Good.
Oh,
Perfect.
that really got me in the sensitive spots.
I apologize, Joe. That was mean.
You'll be able to earn back my favor eventually. After a few years of manual hard work. Okay, so so yeah, Green Tribe so close to winning that challenge, but
Yeah.
they just completely blew the puzzle. Like they were in the lead and it felt like they were doing really good, and then just like they weren't there
They screwed
anymore.
the pooch.
They screwed they screwed that pooch really hard. It was it was just like seeing Stephanie just she did not know what was happening at certain points. She like put a puzzle piece in a spot that literally I was watching it with other friends and we all groaned when we saw her put a piece in like that just clearly was not where it was supposed to be. It was bad setup. Like it would have made it really hard to put in other pieces. And we're just like, oh no, she does not know how to do this puzzle anymore.
What was that? So they could only have like two people doing the puzzle at a time or something like that?
Yeah. And I don't know if they said it, but like each person has like half of their side of the puzzle they can be on. So they can't like move around too much.
Really?
That's what I heard because apparently Kevin was trying to go to Stephanie's side of the puzzle, but he wasn't allowed to.
I see.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of where it was like just she could not figure out her part of it very well. So but yeah, no, they end up losing. We're gonna be seeing this tribe go, I think at least 3, maybe 4 times before we get to the merge. This tribe is just not built, I think, to win a lot of challenges. They might be
The orange one?
no, the green tribe.
The green
The
one.
green one. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think the orange and purple tribe might go 1 to 2 times, maybe, but I think the green tribe is, I think, guaranteed like 3 times going.
Yeah, it's just something wrong about them. Like even just looking at the photo right now, I don't know. They just look like losers.
Yeah, I have a theory that Survivor loves making a disaster tribe. They want to see a tribe just get decimated and get destroyed because that means that can be entertainment for the first like pre-merge, which no one really cares about. So they're just like, let's just get a bunch of losers out there who are just going to get just decimated by like a bigger, stronger players. And then like
Okay,
maybe one or two people from that tribe will like come out and be good players, but like let's just have it be just destruction.
This is fun because I just like saying just the worst thing I can think of, and then watching Ryan's face as he's like, "Oh my God, what did you say that about?"
no, is like I do feel like this season, the Disaster Tribe. It's too soon to say whether or not it's the Disaster Tribe. Is not as obvious as others. Like there was Dominic. There was one season where there was one person where he gave up on everything. Legit, like anytime he had a challenge, he would give up in like the first 5 seconds. And he was like involved in like yeah, he was involved in like three different things, and then he like gave up during it. He was
Yeah.
hilarious, but
Yeah.
like he was playing very very badly. He didn't know how to lie. He lost his boat, and
Yeah. Yeah.
That is tragedy.
Yeah, well, that tribe just in general. So there was that guy who was the first boot. He failed three things in one episode, terribly. Second person was like so just like taken away by like the elements and like not eating that she didn't know like how to put sentences together. So she was the second boot. And then the third guy who got eliminated from there was just like he wasn't playing Survivor. He was playing for a million hearts and just a complete train wreck of a emotional human being that just no one in the Survivor community enjoyed.
Wow.
So that tribe was terrible. This tribe could I can easily see like 2 to 3 more people on this green tribe going out pre-merge. Like I think it's
Uh,
very
I'm being a
possible.
little harsh on them. I was just saying that they were losers to see Ryan's reaction, but to be honest with you, if they like all grouped together and like got behind Sai a little bit more, I feel like they could destroy, bro. I feel like they could destroy because she's smart. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but she seems really smart. And I know that could be bad for her as an individual, but as a group, maybe it could be successful.
Yeah, it's a tough thing because I really do think that like for Kevin and Justin, like those two cannot keep working with Say too much further. I think that they gotta take her out. Otherwise, they're going to just be like her little soldiers through the game.
Yeah,
And you know, you never want to be the little soldier. Like you want to at least be like vice admiral of like
yeah,
of the alliance, you know, but you don't want to just be like looked at as who's just kind of getting
expendable.
yeah, expendable, being controlled by a better player. Like if you go into a merge, especially with that reputation, it's really hard to recover.
Sure, but
yeah.
if you there's definitely something to say about using that to get further and then abandoning it when you need to, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's possible, but they'd have to be really smart to do that, and that sounds hard.
Yeah, especially with the person having an idol. You
Yeah,
know,
and they all know too. It's not even a secret.
Yeah.
yeah. So like I think it would be super easy for them to convince that it's going to be Mary this next time, and Say won't use her idol, and then Justin, Kevin, and Mary vote Say, and it's a 3-2 vote, and Say goes home with an idol in her pockets.
That's your prediction?
Yeah, and if she does catch wind, then she plays the idol, and Mary goes home still, and now Say doesn't have the idol, and at least you know you're going into like a 2v2 scenario where it's not like oh it's 2v2 with the other side having an idol.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you agree?
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Well, good. We all agree.
Yeah. Yep.
Content gold.
Yeah. That was a riveting last 15 seconds. uh
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Green Tribe loses, and yeah, it's just the second that they lost, I hated it. I hated everything that was about to happen because I just knew where the episode was going because they just set Stephanie up so clearly to like they explained her gameplay and it was terrible. And I immediately am like, okay, well, they just explained bad gameplay, so that bad gameplay is going to get resolved this episode because they're going to tribal.
Yeah. Dang. I would say the thing is, Sai was good enough and she had the awareness enough to at least find the idol. So maybe it's something where, kind of like what we were saying, like maybe this isn't the disaster tribe, and kind of like what Dominic was saying was like, all right, we keep her around because she is strong at least.
Mhm.
So like, yeah, the idol thing, that might be a tomorrow or hopefully further down the line thing, but like right now, Say is useful, so might as well keep her around.
Mhm.
Um, and if she wastes her idol first tribal council, she wastes her idol. But she didn't. But I think because the idol is always a dangerous thing, especially when it's such a small cast as it is right now. Um, where I think they made the right choice with Stephanie, even though that
Mhm.
is a unpopular opinion between Joe himself and just Joe. But it's one of the things where I think long term wise, it was good for the Green Tribe to get rid of Stephanie. But
I
yeah,
agree. I agree.
Disagree.
It's the only option that doesn't divide the group, quite frankly.
Boo boo
If
wrong.
Shay was out, that would have just destroyed everything. And if she used her idol, that would have been even worse because then they all felt like she didn't trust them. This was the only option, in my opinion, from those two to go out that didn't lead to chaos for their tribe.
yeah.
It's the only thing that could have happened.
Boring. It was boring. You
Oh,
know.
Joe,
Agreed. That's why I don't watch the show.
you're just a bunch of negative Nellies. Just
Ah,
Negative Nelly.
yeah,
Uh,
screwing the pooch.
yeah,
Kumbaya.
Kumbaya.
I'm
Bang.
full of the one-liners. I need to start making t-shirts.
Pounding poodles.
Oh, now we're getting specific. Okay, great.
No, it's
Okay.
it's it's like screwing the pooch, but more alliteration.
Yeah.
Pumping pounds.
Okay. Let's get to tribal council here. Anything interesting to note that you guys noticed with tribal council? It felt like this was definitely the battle between Say and Stephanie. Like it felt like that was like all we were really getting, and then maybe like
Yeah.
chime in with other people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, even not just emotionally and like what was happening with the vote, but also just between them. Like they got into a fight. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They were talking about like signs and stuff like this. What were they talking
air
about?
Yeah.
signs.
Air
The air
signs.
signs. How they're both air signs, and like Say doesn't like other air signs because like
Say
she
was
is one.
rolling
She
her eyes, and I thought
Yeah.
because Say was rolling her eyes that she didn't believe in all of it. I thought she was thinking like oh, of course she's believing in signs, and then she started going off too. She's like, I'm also what is it, air sign?
Air sign.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, they're both in it. They're both talking about it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's interesting because that started an entire because like at tribal council they like their metaphors. And this one was all about the stars, where it's like, well, like you're out here and you're looking at the stars instead of strategizing. It was like, no, we are. It's just that we are also taking it in. And I feel like that was kind of like it very much articulated how they viewed the game. And like, because like, yeah, you want to go out there, you want to find advantages, you want to make your core four in the beginning and stuff like that. But also, it's like soak in the fact that, oh, one, you're in Fiji, like it's beautiful out there. You can actually see stars. I live in Los Angeles. If I see stars, I'm worried because I'm like, that means because of all the light pollution. Uh, it's one of those things where it's like, it's about finding that healthy balance, and apparently this was just kind of like a science experiment of, well, we have the more laid back version person versus the very aggressive person when it comes to this game, and which one ended up winning, and it was the person that played more aggressively.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for first moves, usually the aggressive person's going to win. It's just after racking up your aggressive moves, that's when eventually it'll catch you. But you usually get at least one where it works. and this is definitely the one. I just wish that Stephanie started on the same tribe as Star, because then she could have been staring at that star instead, and maybe that would have been someone to work with in the future. It could have
Yeah.
could have been the I don't know if Star's an air sign or not. I don't know.
Ooh, bad
All
pun.
I'm bad at I'm bad at it. All I know is I'm a Scorpio, Gemini. So like I'm mostly a water sign.
Apparently, I'm an air sign because I'm a Libra, so I guess I'm an air sign. I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck either two you're saying.
Yeah.
I think I'm an Aries.
I,
Uh,
yeah. Aries, I
it
don't
has
know.
air in it, but I think it's
Yeah.
an earth sign.
Yeah.
That's stupid. Bad marketing.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing is stupid. It just.
I think it's fun.
Of course you do. Okay. So yeah. I was actually really surprised that Stephanie used her shot in the dark.
That's the right
I
thing to
I
do.
mean, yeah, it was the right thing. I was a little, but I was still like, oh wow, I didn't think that was gonna happen. But
I didn't even know she had one. Did they even show that she had one?
Everyone has one in the
eh,
beginning.
yeah,
Oh, everyone has one in the beginning.
yes,
Yeah,
You ignored me.
yeah. It's
you're
part of
fine.
New Era Survivor. Everyone gets that 1 in 6 chance to save themselves if they sacrifice their votes.
I think when she played it, it made a lot of sense
Mhm.
actually, because the thing is, it's like if you know it's between you and one other person,
Mhm.
and it's really up to two people in the middle or something like that. Like if that's what
Yeah,
you feel inside, it's like might as well
yeah,
because your vote's not going to matter too much. The only votes that like matter are the two that are like in the
yeah,
middle. When it's like a 6-person tribe, it's like, well, your
yeah.
vote doesn't matter too much in that point because I don't think we've ever really seen where there was like more than one target or more than two targets at tribal council in New Era when it comes
Yeah.
to like when it's pre-merge. Maybe in 44 where it was like maybe three people, but that was like extenuating circumstances.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was the right move. It's just, I just wish maybe it like worked or they voted say instead. Like there's things I would have preferred, but it is what it is. Okay. Anything else we want to talk about before we get to confessionals? By the way, we like to list out, Dominic, all the confessionals that everyone got so we can see who's getting the most screen time. I stole it from you, Ryan.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We value screen time on this channel. That's the correct way to say it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Sounds good. Thanks for
Okay.
giving me all this information during the podcast, by the way.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I mean, well, also people need a refresher anyways, because it's been a bit since their
Yeah.
last season. Maybe they're coming in first time. We can't
And this is
expect.
how we get more screen time and
Yeah,
potentially more, viewer hours and whatnot for the YouTube algorithm and all
Yeah.
that
yes.
jazz.
No, keep talking about that.
Yeah. That's that's
That's
what that's what
why
the people
that's why
want.
we're here.
Yeah. Okay. So first off,
Mr. Beast over here. All right, go.
so Dominic, I wanted to let you know that this was a historic episode in Survivor. Um,
Why?
because the single episode confessional record has been broken by Say, who got 21 confessionals in this episode. 21
Wow.
confessionals. The record before was 18. So
Wow.
she got 3 more confessionals than, and that guy he became a 2-time winner, one of the most legendary players of all time. And
Oh,
Yeah.
she's now beaten that guy in terms of single episode confessionals.
so you're saying she's gonna win?
No, what it means is that they probably really like Say, but because they put so much into her right now, I don't think she's going to have super high longevity because it'd be too obvious they're putting too much stock into her right now with that.
You think? I
Yeah,
liked her. I
I,
mean,
I
I
liked
think
her too.
I liked her, but I think she had some mixed content. Like there are sometimes that
Yeah.
you could tell that like she wasn't making the best moves or like the way that she was approaching things, and
yeah, a little too forward, but she
yeah,
didn't ever seem disingenuous either. Like
yeah.
she seemed like I don't know. It wasn't arrogant
Yeah,
necessarily.
no, I think she's going to be a power player, and I think she's either going to go out early pre-merge because she's looked at as a threat by this tribe, or she gets the merge and immediately becomes a threat by a lot of people and gets taken out a few votes in. That's my guess of what's going to happen with her.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you guess?
Um, I think more or less the same. I think I could say you're making it to like ninth place. Maybe because it's like I do definitely want to see more for her, so maybe that's because I'm biased because I think she is good TV. But we did have a contestant a couple seasons ago called Banu, and he was part of that disaster tribe we were talking about. And it's something official we call on here called the Banu Bar, where it's like he was only in 4 episodes, but he got 35 confessionals, which is
Mhm.
a lot for someone that didn't even make it halfway through the season. So
No,
we call that the Banu Bar.
not
You
even
want
a
to make it
quarter. of
not even a so like it's like you have to reach that threshold in order to be
Yeah.
like have a significant impact on the season.
Yeah, if you're
um
like episode 10 and you're still in the game and you're not at 35 confessionals, like they're probably not winning the game because they just don't care about your story on that season.
Damn.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, from
Um
what you're telling me, it sounds like Say's gonna win this thing. Should I
no
change my vote to Say?
so the winner has never, or at least almost never, is the person who has the most confessionals in the first episode. The
You
first
just said that person was a two-time winner.
Yeah, but that was in episode 11 was when they had that most confessionals. So
Oh,
that was
you're
like
talking every episode, not just
no,
the
no,
recap.
no,
Yeah,
every episode.
I made the
Yeah.
same mistake.
Yeah,
Right.
so yeah, when it comes to premiere episodes though, they usually put the winner as like a fair amount, like where you know who that person is and you connect with that person and you know who they're connected to. Like those are the important things for the winner, less so than how many things they're getting.
Hmm.
So, like, say for instance, had 21 confessionals. I can't name you all 21 of those confessionals off the top of my head because they
No.
weren't all that important. They wanted her to be seen, but like each one wasn't like super important in terms of like what we needed to see. They were just like, oh, we just got to give a bunch of stuff to her because they probably like her. They want her to be seen as a strong player moving forward, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Also, she was the main
Yeah.
counter to the person who was going out
Yeah,
this.
and when you go to
Yeah,
tribal council, you get more confessionals, so like you're guaranteed at least a few more confessionals if you go. So,
For
um,
sure.
so yeah, so say though 21, congratulations, like that's a record that she's got now, and odds of it being broken, I don't know. It's there,
that's
it
hard.
could happen, but
I mean,
yeah,
that's
Probably
three
in season
more.
50. Because my thing, and the reason why I think she's going to make it at least to like nine, is I don't feel like they give that record to anyone.
yeah.
Like there has to be like a point.
Yeah, it needs to be warranted. Because
Yeah,
we've seen like people come close to that record, but it's for someone now to like just break it on like their first time is definitely kind of wild.
yeah.
But yeah, say with 21. Next up, second most confessionals, we have Kevin with 13. Um, guy who injured himself. So good on
Makes
Kevin there.
sense.
Even despite not showing all of the medical stuff that
He's
happened, he still had one of the biggest.
Yep.
Well, yeah, because he
He went
went to
on the
tribal council, he
Yeah.
went on the journey. So like yeah,
yeah.
it was a big episode for him.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And then next up was the other person who went on the journey, Kyle. So kind of showing like the journey. If you go on that, you probably get like 4 confessionals, like honestly, because they like to go back and forth between the players. So like you're going to be seeing getting quite a bit of a bump. Um, and then next up we have a tie between a couple people here. So next we got Eva with 6, and we got Camilla with 6.
That's
So those,
significantly lower. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. That's
yeah,
significantly lower.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It
Yeah.
just keeps getting lower here. Because next up, and I would still say four is a respectable amount. These people all have four confessionals, and that is Joe, Shaheen, Thomas, and David. Those four all got four. So still pretty good. Still pretty good. Um, and then next up we got with three confessionals, we have Cedric, we got Mary, and we got Mitch. Those are the three with three. Love how that's working out there. And then next up, with two confessionals, we have Justin, and we got Charity, uh, and we got Star. Those are the
Yeah.
three with two confessionals. And then the two people who only got one confessional in the premiere, I'm just gonna say it. I'm knocking them out of my winner contention, because if you're getting one confessional in the premiere, that means that they don't care about you that much. And that is Bianca and Chrissy.
Yeah. I was high on Chrissy too. I think
They can go far.
like,
Like that doesn't mean that
yeah,
they're like doomed to like go out soon, but that does mean that like
that's never a good sign.
yeah, yeah. And like we know now because of Genevieve, like if they get a random boost in a few episodes, we still have to take into account what happened here in this premiere.
Yeah, 100%.
Hardly even know who they are. I'm
Yeah,
looking at their faces and I don't even recognize them. That's how little they were there.
yeah,
It happens. Like, there's only they are telling a story, and sometimes other people are more even like an episode are more important to the story of a single episode than others.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the one where you want to get at least like 3 or 4 confessionals is the premiere. Actually, I would say 4 or 6 because
yeah.
If you were
like
on the show, would you just say like crazy shit to try to get the most confessionals?
People do that. People have done that.
I already say crazy shit all the time. So like the thing
Yeah.
is,
I mean, last season there was this player Rome who was just doing all this kinds of crazy stuff because he knew that it would get him screen time. Like he literally like said like I want to be on TV as much as I can, so I'm going to just say a bunch of crazy stuff.
and he did.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, and he got a big
Well,
edit.
Not with the
He
rest
got
of them.
voted off 13th,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
were very tongue in cheek with his elimination.
Yeah, well, he was doing things around camp too. Like he would catch fish and then eat the fish in front of his tribe mates and be like, "Oh, this is all mine."
He would like throw people under the bus and stuff like that. Spread lies.
He thought he was this master manipulator when everyone just wanted him gone.
Jeff Probst even leaned into it, made him sit on Jeff's chair or his stool just to be like, all right, this is how you play Survivor and stuff like that. And it was just like building it up.
Yeah.
Also for my amusement, because that was Joe's winner pick last year.
That was your winner pick?
This was the esports guy who commented on our video.
Worst
So
picks ever, Joe. Why are you so mad at this?
Yeah, Joe, what the hell?
Yeah, let's disregard seasons 39 through 45 when I was killing it. Or 46.
Excuse you.
46.
Excuse you. In 39, I got the winner pick, which was the very first one. In 41, I also got the winner.
I didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance in 39.
Hold on, Joe. Hold on.
Pick.
Listening to Ryan here. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, in 43, I had 3 people in the finale, and you had 0.
Whoa!
And last season, it was 1 after another, after another, after another, after another. Then you got a little break, and then after another, after another, after another. And before then, in 45, the only reason why I didn't have a better pick was because I chose out of love.
Okay, I have now muted Ryan. That's the end of his spiel here.
You just got roasted. That was wild. That's got to be top 10 craziest moments of this podcast.
Okay, Ryan 100% has been thinking all of that when he goes to sleep every night. He's just been just like
just in his mind over and over again. I can't.
Amongst many other things that I ruminated about. Actually, no, that whole thing was improvised in the moment.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
honest. And
Yeah. Well, I will say with 39, you did have the first pick, Ryan, and I did want the guy who you ended up picking. So there's that.
all I heard was don't trust Joe's pick.
And then two of the other
Overtime.
times, and then what, like two of the other times you won, Ryan, was because you got the winner pick given to you at the very end of the draft.
I didn't mind them.
Yeah, but that was just like that's a pity win. That's a pity win.
Mine
A
though.
win is a win is a win is a win. Also, in each of those quote unquote pity wins, 43 and 47, those were the time where you didn't have anyone in the finale. Hell, last season, you didn't have anyone in the top 8. Only lost one person that did not get into jury.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Last season sucked. I'll give you that. But
That
besides that,
is not a fact. That is
I'm typically
Just
way
beating
better.
Joe into the ground right now, just kicking him with dirt.
Ryan got one good season, and now he's fucking flaunting his big dick all around, just thinking that he's this like
And I tell you
king
what, Joe,
of
it is a
drafting.
big old dick. He's destroying right now. I'm so on Ryan's side
Joe,
right now.
Joe, the thing is, you can make that argument prior to the first episode of this season. I even was humbled during the draft. I was like, listen, 8 is my unlucky number.
Listen,
I know that.
I think you got the winner of this draft too, because we drafted fucking 3 weeks ago. I think Joe's winning the season, and you drafted him when I wanted him, but you got him before I was able to get him. So
You could have chosen first. I went with Kyle.
If we did the draft pick about a week before the season, I would have drafted Joe first. He would have been my first pick because I was so in on Joe. But guess what? We ended up deciding to do it way early, and that's what ends up
It wasn't
happening.
way early. We wanted to strike while the iron was hot.
No, we were wanting to get it out of the way before our org. So if we
It
didn't,
was
if our
both.
org wasn't in the way, very different.
Our org was in the way, like it was an obstacle.
Hey, while you two argue, I'm just going to point at who I think's winning the argument. Who am I pointing at right now?
Joe.
Joe.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
you're right.
Right.
You're right. Yeah. See, I'm right. Yes, let's go.
In my point of view, he's pointing at me. Now you're pointing at Joe. Listen, you can verbally say.
I want it to be on the camera.
I mean, I can just move. I can move myself to anywhere, and this is the
Joe. If that's the only way, Joe, if that's the only way you can win an argument, you're not giving a good argument.
I'm not trying to have an argument. I'm trying to move on to the next part of this podcast because we've been going on for a while. I'm still moving myself to wherever Dominic's pointing. By the way,
you could just point him. You could just move him to the upper corner, so that way he's not choosing any. Yes, Dominic, you're the real winner here.
Okay. So we have one last part of our podcast here, Dominic.
Okay.
We do MVPs and we do LVPs, least valuable players, for this specific episode. So who would be your MVP and LVP?
Wait, you mean MVP isn't like the best? You think is the best one so far?
Who played the best in this specific episode?
And who did the worst?
Yeah.
Well, and we can't pick Stephanie for the worst?
You can. You could put her as LVP.
Okay, but that would be boring, right? We should pick something else.
Typically, if there's a other option, I like to go for it. But sometimes, if the person who went out, it was terrible, I would do it.
It was heinously bad.
It's pretty bad. But just because we all agree on that, I'll pick somebody else. Let's go Star for the LVP.
Okay.
I think I'm going Star. Just, I don't know. Star was kind of quiet a lot and was walking away. And I don't know. It was just a little off. I really like Star too. I want Star to do better. But I think they did the worst.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
I would probably say it's actually almost a similar boat to you, but on a different tribe. I think I would give it to Charity. She's in a similar boat of, I think she's maybe the next Boots. She didn't have great social awareness of who she was throwing under the bus.
And to who.
Yeah, and to who. I think if you just kind of were paying attention, you could probably tell that Camilla and Kyle were clearly vibing. Yeah, so for her to not pick up on that and then still throw one of them under the bus, I think was not great. Especially as like Kyle as I think supposed to be one of the stronger people also on the tribe for challenges. Like it's really easy to go against her right now, like to get numbers against her.
For once, I agree with Joe. I do think Charity was going to be my pick. I mean, I picked her earlier this episode when I was like, when Dominic was like, "Who do you hate most?" I was like, "I don't really hate anyone on this season." But like, but like in the sense of like, if like her edit is not, and I don't think she's in a good spot moving forward. Where if she went next episode, I think she goes home. Yeah, I would give it to Charity.
Wow. You hear the visceral hatred he has for Charity. He's steaming.
Yeah, yeah. Charity, if you hear this, I want you to DM Ryan Wayne and show your well, say all the things that you hate about Ryan. Actually, like let's
the thing is, it's just the edit that we are being given. It is tough to judge anyone off of like an edit of like any show.
Yes.
Even when you look anywhere, like it is the story. I have met someone who've been edited to look like villains before, and they are sweethearts. Yes. Like it's fine.
Great PR answer. Great PR answer.
Thank you.
Okay, and then MVP. Who I think there's three options in my head, but I'm curious to see who you guys have.
All right, I went first this time. Ryan, you go first.
All right. I think there's quite a few people. I think I am going to give it to Kevin, mostly because I feel like he's well positioned on his tribe. Like I feel like he's in the middle. He's someone where he, at the very least, knows where the idol is. He doesn't have that target on his back. He also came back a hero. He has good alliance with Kyle on another thing where he's like, he didn't have to do that, but he did do that. So even if it was like just for gameplay, it's still something you can use later on. I feel like because he had that injury, that also kind of made him not seem as big of a threat as other people. Kind of like in the way like how Tyson did way back when, obviously not on purpose or anything like that, but like there are those things where I'm like, all right, he kind of came out the winner here where he's in a good spot, or like he's definitely in the power position but not the obvious power position. But I'm pretty sure you're about to name someone I can also agree with. And Dominic's a wild card, but we'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna see. Dominic could go with anyone.
I'm always right down the middle. Like
he might now just put David because he started liking him.
I think David's a good choice.
Yeah. No, I think there's three really good options personally. Kevin was not one of them. He's like maybe fourth or fifth by like head of who was playing the best. I think like Say is obviously a good option just in terms of like she did do a lot this episode in terms of like getting the ball rolling. So like looking at just this specific episode, that's a good one. I think Joe, like edit wise, just I just can't not think that he's like gonna win the season based off of his edit right now. So just he's gotten just such great content and like he's a very good one. And then Thomas, I think, is actually maybe on the Purple Tribe the most well insulated. He's got the California girls and he's close to Bianca too, because they were kind of like these outsiders who connected. So there's like those three I think could either any one of them could do it.
You don't think Camilla is or Kevin either?
No. I don't think I got for what we just said. I don't really remember much what Camilla did besides like she kind of got a group of four together, but it felt like it was 2 confessionals. I'm so surprised she got 6 confessionals. Like that does not feel like she was really leading this episode. And Kevin, I think he was fine. Like I said, 4th or 5th, but those other 3 I think did more to like wow me this episode.
I mean, I feel like that was more so the edit as opposed to, but don't get me wrong, I'm not discounting them. I think all 3 of them are solid, but if we're talking like we're gonna let Dominic go.
Well, I still haven't said my pick.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
then
just
well,
been
who's your
bullshitting
pick?
around saying nothing.
I wanted to give my thoughts on those three players because those are like, in my opinion, clear front runners. So if we were going off of this episode, I actually would give it to Thomas. I really think that he is very well insulated to like make sure that he can either work with the guys, he can work with the girls with Bianca. I think that he's setting himself up pretty well. I loved like hearing his thoughts on the game too. I felt like they really tried to like set him up as a like important player like on the Purple Tribe. I still think Joe's going to win, but I do think that a lot of that is more edit wise. So I'm not going to pick him for this episode. I bet you I'm going to pick him probably multiple times throughout the season. But I think for this one, I'll give it to Thomas.
Okay.
All right, fair enough.
Okay, and then
Was it my
Dominic.
turn?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, first before I say my real pick, I've gotta give a shout out to Professor Davari over here because my whole family's rooting for him. So I hope he wins. Okay, but he's not
Okay.
my MVP. He's my SVP. Is that what that means? Okay.
SVP. I don't know.
Second,
That's too many letters for me.
you got all these sayings, but you can't handle a few letters.
Exactly. Listen, my mind is a conundrum.
He's a himbo. Like you give him anything that's kind of complicated, and it's over his head.
Okay. But yes, Joe, you called it a mile away. I gotta go, David. Look at him. He's gorgeous and he's perfect.
This
He was
is
carved by Zeus himself. He minus the four nipples thing, but we'll find that out later. But for now, look at him.
this is the most casual Survivor watcher response we've ever gotten on this channel. Because
100%.
every casual Survivor fan is going to love David, and we bring Domagon, who is a casual. Like I'll count you as a casual fan because you don't really watch, and you're all casual here, and I love it.
You won. You made him win for me. I said I hated him the most earlier.
Yeah.
When we started this, I hated his guts because he's so perfect. But
Jealousy.
talking about him, and oh my god, I mean, you could just fall for the man. Oh, I'm not.
I think you have.
Yeah. Hey, he's in LA, so maybe you can.
He's in LA. If I meet him, I'll tell him you said hey.
Saying I got a shot.
Yeah, go do one of those Survivor watch parties in LA, and you might meet.
There's one next week.
if you want to meet
there
David.
actually is. David might be there.
Dude. Let's go, dude.
Yeah, right. I'll send you the info.
Yeah, let's get Dominic into Survivor. Let's go.
It's sad that Dominic might go to a Bryson win before you do, Joe.
I know.
I'm not a Survivor fan, but I'm a David fan. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Right now. Did you see his muscles?
Yes.
I think it's
one
impossible.
One of the first things we noticed.
Shirt off. So how does he have four nipples? Did he not have his shirt off?
He had his shirt off.
I think he had
a
sleeveless shirt.
I don't know. I mean, this could also be like a joke. Like maybe he
We could look at his Instagram and see if he has nipples.
There's also a chance that it's like a joke, and maybe he got like dirt and like just going like, "Oh, I got four nipples now." It's like a joke, and everyone laughs.
Of course, they'd all laugh for him.
Yeah. He's Mr. Perfect. He's also very likely to be on Survivor 50 because everyone's just going to be like, "Oh, David, we love David." Everyone put David on.
Yeah, I'm looking right now.
Slick back hair.
I don't think he has four actual nipples. Okay.
He looks like David.
What's his last name?
Klein.
He looks like if David Klein or Kine. K-I-N.
Kine, yeah.
Wow.
Okay, well, we don't need to look up and give the facts about his nipples right now, Ryan.
I need to know.
We can leave that
till too much of a cliffhanger.
But everyone can right now go Google this guy and figure it out. So we don't need to.
Just saying, he looks like if David Schwimmer's head was on David Hasselhoff's body. Look at him.
Oh wait, so I can't.
Oh my god.
I don't know if we're gonna show well, but if you see right under his pectorals, you can see like two little dots. So I'm guessing they are.
Oh, you're fucking right. Look
Yeah.
at
Hold on,
that.
that's better. I'm gonna do the rest of the episode.
Yeah. Now it looks like you are really muscular, just like but a tiny part of your body.
No, it's forced perspective. This is my core.
Yeah. Okay.
I can make
Well, that does it here. Dominic, do you have anything you want to say? Anything you want to plug for the viewers at home?
Yeah. If I may, I'll go ahead and say that I'm going to give a shout out to Esteban Dagger's Twitch stream. I'm on there all the time. It's a lot of fun. If you enjoyed any of the things I've done today, please go check it out because I'll be on there a lot coming up soon.
Yes, Esteban Dagger from the same season you were on, Curse Islands.
Mhm.
So everyone's got a little bit of familiarity with him already. But
I think I
yeah.
got away with
Oh,
something I shouldn't have.
what was that? Was that a special video we weren't supposed to hear?
From the David Kine link that I clicked on. I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
You're good, bro.
Yeah, no, you're all good. But yeah, that's been everything for this episode, and we will see you all in the next one.
Thanks for having me,
Peace.
guys.